Welcome. I am Crimey Queen, and if you are joining us for the first time, it's the channel where we have fun with words and numbers, numerology to be precise. This is where we actualize self love with the use of scriptural references, texts, in particular to Genesis of chapter 1, verse 2. And of course, in addition to all references or personal references as life experiences. Okay, so I had been preparing, of course, to do these presentations that I'm really so wanting to do, but then there's this bowl comes up on my screen. Well, so I felt a little bit compelled to have a sketch of him because I felt he was trying to tell me something. Now, because I'm Taurus, of course, and because Uranus is entering into the house or into the second house, which is Taurus, in May, the 5th month, which of course represents number 5, Mother Eve, and myself, of course, with number 23, and Christ, of course, and all the I Ching and the key, of course, to open the door to the house, which also equals 5, or that which becomes the home, which also equals 5. That which where we anchor in the home, the word anchor equals 5. So there's the list of 5s: the pineal gland, the kundalini, all that equals 5. I was so elated when I discovered that Kundalini equals 5 because there's so much controversy about it. And not only that, when I also added the word pineal and gland together, so 1 is 2 and 1 is 3, added together, of course, that also equal 5. In fact, I'm going to do the third eye. The number third, I think we can do that now. It's just, I like to capture the moment. THIRD. And my pen is a bit fade here, but I think this will do for now. And so it's 49982. So of course that is 10, 20, 32. The word third. It's no wonder there were so many things about, well, with Christ, you know, the number 3. But 3, I think, is actually 2. But third, so the third eye, meaning I is also 9 and it's also 5. I'm sorry, it's also 8. So when we speak of the letter I, that comes on the template as 9, of course. And with the spirit of sound mind, the third eye is 5, because when we add 5 plus 9, that becomes 14. 1 plus 4. Wow. I love to go with the moment. 1 plus 4 is 5. So we are talking about Mother Eve, because Mother Eve is actually 14, directly 14. This number 14 has just been so in fact, I haven't heard of many people talking about the 14 apart from the story, of course, the mythical story of Osiris, who got chopped into 14 pieces. But where it comes to the Bible, and I have heard this before, that the Bible had been like a copied version of this story, but I had not known for anyone to say, well, this is exactly how. I know with the constellations, people have made those correlations, but not even to my understanding as much, well, to some extent of the cardinal points and so on. But I discovered that there were 9 gods in Genesis and 5 in Genesis of chapter 1, sorry, not the verses, because it's in chapter 1, meaning it comes into like, let there be light. This is where mother Eve spoke, and so it's the god of language and the god of Mother Eve made many references, 8 references there, and then there is another one which I think she does 2 perhaps, or towards the end, and they're in Genesis of chapter 2. Then we have the God who formed. Of course, I must have this reference here. I like to be able to relate in the sense of what those really are. So we are talking about the God who formed, the God who made, the God who planted, the God who caused, and the God who blessed. Those are the 5 gods. I believe I've quoted rightly in Genesis of chapter 2. And in Genesis of chapter 1, we would be speaking about the God who well, the created God is in Genesis of chapter 2, although he's made reference to at the start or the very first verse. So we are talking about the God who made, the God who moved, the God who, have I said blessed? I've got to find this reference for you. Okay, so on perhaps the next presentation, I'll ensure to have it with me so it can make better sense. And so, but it's basically those gods, and Mother Eve really is the said God. She's the spokesperson. She's the one who orchestrates. She has the vision of what has to be or what needs being done. She's the visionaire. So she says, okay, let there be. And then the 9 gods, in actual fact, are the ones who set bids. They bid for the position to be creator or makers or formations or movers and etc. Movers remind me of it reminds me of chessboard actually. So that's that would be the God who moved. Yeah, because what I have also discovered is that all the things that we are experiencing and doing are derivatives of the God's characteristics. They had their input, their makeup, their structure, their minds when they were shaping us in their image and likeness were all those seeds that we are displaying right now. So hence they have passed on the module for us to repeat and to replicate their characteristics. So that's what each God is hoping that we do. But for us to do that effectively, we also need to have the attributes of other gods. So you can imagine it's really like building your house. So building your house, you will have a plasterer, you will have a roofer, or you will have the plumber, and of course they need to have a degree of relation or language or understanding to get that house made up to proper to your specifications really. So although the plumber, he specializes in pipes, running the pipes and knowing about where to have the bolts for the water, the knobs, I'm trying to find the terms, okay, but he would know about all those structures and how the water should flow into your home. However, he's not the water. So he knows about the structure of water, but he's not really the one who's probably going to say, okay, this is exactly the source of the water. That he has to be authorized by the water provider as well, in that sense, when that tap should be open, or he has to follow the guidelines to having that water flowing into the house effectively and safely. That's the point. Now, sometimes you can have a plumber who really does not do the best of jobs, and next thing you know, you have a leak coming through your ceiling. Ceiling. That tells me something. Ceiling. So likewise, you could have the roofer doing your covering the roof of your house, and you still have water seeping through because he has not put a slate right or something to that effect. Now I understand there are people of those who specializes in those things, who would deliberately not do the work as effective as they're supposed to, simply because they want to come back. They want to come back, you know, and when they come back, they might say, oh, well, I did do the job rightly, but, and I think it's because you have done this or you have done that. They may want to charge you for it, or they might say, oh, don't worry about it, I'll do it free. So you get to like them, you get to feel that they're doing you a service. So it's all those kind of attributes that we are dealing with the gods. The gods are all playing those games, if you like, and it's like we can see it's like the hide and seek game, or it's like the checkmate, or it's like the volleyball. It's really the games that so basically I am getting a real good insight into the scriptures, why we are where we are at, or why we do what we do. So going back to I thought I'd just give you a flavor of all of this, and because I was preparing to, of course, talk on this matter, but I noticed that this bull appeared on the screen, and I thought, as I say, I'm a Taurus, and what is he saying? So one of the things I noticed is that his nose, I noticed his nose is curved, as if it has a 3-point, or it could be like a 4-point. I don't quite know how it would be from underneath. I think it would be the same, like as if it will underneath would be like a curve, like this. So underneath would be a curve. The mouth would curve like this underneath. So basically he has a he is for you. I love that. Now he is for you. Now I get my drift, so to speak, because this is a U hair, and this is a U hair. Now of course this U is wider and this one is deeper, because we are dealing with polarities. We are dealing with opposites, and of course the different spectrum. So there would be one hair. So the bull is for you, and this is how this is when I have also learned that the word for, when it says for you, we are addressing the 4 points of who you are. He is totally for you. So let's have this here. We have discovered that the word third is 23. So 23 is Mother Eve. Let's see this here. But the bull, which is big, and I going by my presentations, the presentations of like the word let, for instance, the first utterance or word that is recorded of Mother Eve with the word let, when she says let there be light, that equals 3. So we see we have 2 3s here, which is the bull, and there goes my point as well. There goes my point. So basically the 3 is W, and there is another W, so the bull is for you. Oh my, this is really amazing. Now, if we check, in essence, we are looking at 6 L's, 6 U's. Now, let's see what that tells us. So this is another 3 here, and I do get excited with those 3s. That is the vibration. So there is something, of course, the bull is a very sacred animal, and of course was worshipped by the children going to the land of Canaan with Moses. We know of the story, and of course Moses, I think there was a point that he wasn't happy that they were worshipping the bull. Now worship sounds like worship. It sounds like worship, because now I am dealing with the spirit of mind, sound mind as well. So were they at war with the bull that they saw as the sheep that would to take them to wherever it was? Okay, so but of course I am saying this because I have come to an understanding that the stories, how we have learned them, have the opposite side of the coin. So, and we usually probably are given the head or the surface of the makeup of any given thing, but we are not looking at the tail side of the coin, because of course the queen, which the word queen, which I am, equals 8. Wow. I am saying that because I had not actually made that connection. So the queen equals 8. Of course, she is God. But I need to also show you the power of goddess. So the queen and the goddess is perhaps a little bit different in this sense. So let's add these up. So we have 3 is 9 and 2 would be 11. Of course, we have done the numerical value for the word 11. 11, I've done this on different. So let's see, this is 11. Of course, we have 11 here. The bull, it's like bull, and of course 11. So 11, E-L-E-V-E-N. 11 is 9. I have done that. That's why it's called 9/11. That's why they have used this information to do disasters. It's 9/11. It's all in here. It's all in the bull's head. But because I am a Taurus, I need to know what is in the head. That is what I am. So this will not really just escape me. I am 9/11. Oh my. Okay. That's another pen that doesn't write. So I'm now making sure that I put them away where I do not have to handle them again. And so let's have this one. So here we are. There's a pen. So it'd be nice to just do that. 11. 11. And so we have 5, 3, 5. And I always say where you get those 5s like that, Mother Eve is alive. And of course the word 11 has Mother Eve in it. This is the thing, they have been using the resources on Mother Eve's intelligence to do, well, so we can see Mother Eve is very much alive here. She is even here, because that's what the word 11 offers you, the chance to get even. It's your feet that you stand on with your number 11. Your feet are number 11. So 3 5s 15 plus 5, 20, 27. 2 plus 7 equals 9. Now 9 is birth, it's birthing, it's newness, it's beginning. That's why when they want to begin something very, and I'm not talking about there was the 9/11, because that had to be a change, a huge change. So that would be the 9/11 that would bring about that new beginning, because the word beginning equals 9. I will leave you with this because I'm sure this is really very much concentrated, but I want you to hang on to the idea or the news about this, that the bull knows. The bull knows. Bull knows, bulldoze. There we go. There we go. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you found it fun, because we are about fun. We are about planting seeds, because we are the field, and we, of course, what you sow, what you reap. And we're better to sow, but within you, because then like the gods, like we are the fruits of the gods now, then we become the fruits of the next generation. I want to be oh, I saw the Sharon fruit. I mean, I've been eating this fruit. Now that's the thing I do. I just have to tell you this quickly. I do that, and really, there we are. Now this reminded me, I thought this is really what they use to show you the different colors of the chakras on some of these lovely YouTube and I thought, but this looks like something that it's all in the food. It's all in the food. Now, of course, this is a good way, but join me again. We will, of course, have more fun. I hope you get my drift. Well, my flow, because Mother Eve is about water. Thank you.